always try to start a video and she always comes out. She loves it, doesn't she? She loves the pets. Anyway, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. And today I've got to tell you guys something. It's going to be kind of difficult, but I am going to tell you guys something. Let's start off with a quick story. You guys see this hickory tree right here? All right, that's the hickory tree. That's the subject of this story. So if you're new to the channel, catch you up to speed real quick. I was having a few issues with the Outback, and I ended up putting about $600 worth of parts in it, which is fine. I'm fine with it because obviously it's paid off. Not that big a deal. All OEM parts are better than OEM parts, and she's been running like a top. I could not be happier with the way this car's been running. And the other day, I hopped in the car and I found something. Now, when we expanded this parking area, we used to just be, it's about here, I guess is what it was. And then I built this retaining wall and expanded the parking area over that way, which got us underneath this hickory tree, or fancy light pole, whatever you want to call it. Chelsea said, you need to cut that hickory tree down. You're gonna end up killing one of the chickens, which they're doing fine, by the way. You're gonna end up breaking a windshield. And I said, in my infinite wisdom, no, it's not possible. So I hop in the car after putting all that money and parts and time to getting this thing running like a top. Now I have to tell the world, well, 15,000 of you, she was right. She was right. Hurts a little bit, doesn't it? She was right. And let's be fair, she has been reminding me all week of how right she was. So we're gonna run over to the barn real quick, which is just on top of the hill, grab the saw, grab some stuff. We're gonna get that tree cut down, and we're gonna do some fun stuff with that tree too, which hopefully we'll tie into later in the video. So stay tuned, let's get to work. We'll take a look at this real quick. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it has a slight lean that way, but not a lot. Most of the canopy, you can see most of the canopy is on this side of the tree, so that'll help us a little bit. And it's not the biggest tree, obviously, but it does have enough meat at the bottom. We should have plenty of hinge and be able to wedge it. I mean, we got a big old open hole right there, so hopefully we can hit that. That's the goal, I suppose. Step one is eliminate our light pole. I guess that'll be step one. And see if I actually got the right thing here. Hey, no power. Good, that's what we wanted. Listen. So we get that little guy out of the way. Shouldn't cause us any problems. Now, next we're gonna get this little maple down. That maple has been dead since, I'm gonna say June. We're not really 100% sure what happened to it, but the leaves just changed. I mean, within a week it went from perfectly healthy to looking terrible. Don't know, not 100% sure, but it's gotta go. That's next. Not bad. That'll work. Pretty thin hinge, but it's not on the house. Can't complain about that. You guys are riding right here, by the way. There we go. Let's get it cleaned up. Alright, so we got most of that top cleaned up and thrown in a pile. We're just going to burn that one day. There wasn't a whole lot going on in this top as far as stuff decent enough for firewood, I guess I'd say. There's a little bit here we'll cut off for firewood, but most of it's probably 2 inches or less, so we just kind of threw it in there to burn at a later time. And that maple top is all cleaned up as well. I mentioned a few videos ago that my buddy Clint got a new bandsaw mill, and he's been loving that thing, having a blast, running all kinds of timber through it. And I sent him a text. I said, hey, would you be interested in some hickory? We can trade out logs. You know, you get so many logs if you mill me up a log that I can keep for myself for hobby wood and some firewood. And he said, absolutely. So he's coming out, whatever today is, he's coming out Saturday. We're gonna get these loaded up on a trailer. He's gonna take them to his house. He gave me the dimensions he likes to use on that mill. So we're gonna cut this to some lengths, and then we'll cut that maple up for firewood, and we'll cut whatever we don't get that is millable, and we'll cut that up into firewood as well. All right, so he said he likes 12-foot lengths. Stole some sidewalk chalk from the kids, and listen, it's a 16-footer. I guess you could say I stole the tape measure from the kids too. Anyway, so that's gonna be the end of where I'm going to. He should get 2 decent 12-foot logs on that end, and then this one that has a lot of branches coming off is gonna be pretty knotty, but if he can get me a little bit out of this one, I'd be happy with it. I knew leaving that light on would bite me. I didn't really feel like getting a ladder out, but this light I ordered off Amazon, it's supposed to be an exterior light. The first time it rained, it filled up with water and shorted out, and hasn't worked since, obviously, but it's kind of in my way right now because there's my mark. If you're new to the channel, this is nothing more than a Husqvarna 55 that I bought used and have been loving it. There you go, 1998. All that cutting, that was 1 tank of gas. So there you go. I'm gonna see if I can get this stuff split, and then I don't know, I don't really have a plan. Nothing new there. There we go, if I can split it. The old GMC sound a little rough, isn't she? Sounds like something came loose in the top end, so we're just gonna park it over there for the time being, get out of the way. I'll have to tear into that in the future, but not too worried about it. It's got 288,000 miles on it. Hard to complain about that. Definitely hard to complain about this. Two 12-foot logs. We've got that one, and we got this little guy at the end. And I'm hoping we can kind of mill a slab out of the middle and maybe catch a couple of those crotches for maybe a cool looking shelf. And then we'll just have to see how the rest of this turns out. That'll be up to him, it's his mill, and then a little bit of firewood out of that, so not too bad. I'm gonna get my tools all picked up. All right, so I just got off shift, literally. I just kind of threw a hoodie on and still have my station clothes on. I need to get home, get changed, and get a shower here in a minute, but I wanna go ahead and take the tractor, which is sitting out at the YouTube yacht site, run down and grab Mike's forks real quick so we are ready to go when Clint gets here, get those logs loaded. Got a little leaf action here. She's been sitting for a while. Let's see if she does.
Here logs, well, it was a tree, and I've got a bandsaw, so we're going to try to do some cutting up here, and as long as this tractor picks them up to put them on my trailer, that's going to be crucial. It's going to be very crucial. Take its course, if you may. He looks nervous. It was nervous laughter. And we're not worried about that tire on the ground. Oh dear. He's nervous. Yeah, he's very nervous. Perfect. Perfect. He did put air in the tires. So, oh yeah, it doesn't look like enough. But who am I to judge, you know? Oh dear. Okay, all right. That's happening. Ah, yes, of course. Oh, get rid of the old rock and roll, I see. Okay. Yeah, we'll use the... He looks confident. He looks confident. Look at him. He doesn't seem upset. He's a little jerky, but you know, everybody likes jerky. I mean, if it was me, which it's not, but if it was. Oh, I see what he's doing. Okay, it's fine. Get a little air under that tire. Look at him, he's got, oh my goodness. He's nervous. He's very nervous. I would roll in, that way if it, you know, if it does start to fall, at least the trailer will catch you. Look at him, oh dear. We're good, we're good. It's fine. Counterweight action here. Thought it wouldn't do it. Come on. Hey, way to go, guy.
This is why you buy a durable trailer. You know
this is why you don't care about trailers, is what it is. Yeah. If you tear it up, you tear it up. You get, you know, you fix it or you get another one.
As long as that doesn't break off.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday.
All right, so it's a nice day, and I'm actually headed up to the barn. I just decided to take the long way around and just kind of take the trail. It is a pretty day. Not too many leaves left here, a few hanging on, but nothing too crazy. Anywho, the whole point of this was Clint wasn't able to mill those up that day, but he did say he'd give us a big heads up when he is going to mill them, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get down there and get some video of those being milled up. But the arrangement we kind of came to, he's going to keep the 2 bigger, nicer logs, and then that 3rd smaller log, he's going to get that milled up, and we'll get the pieces from that. So that's pretty cool. But actually, there was an even smaller section on the very end, if you guys remember. Well, we're going to head up to the barn, get the Alaskan mill out, and we're going to get that piece milled up, and a couple other pieces I've had sitting up there for a while. So I'm pretty excited to get the old Alaskan mill out and give it a try. Also, just randomly in the middle of the video here, why not? If you're watching this in Mrs. Kleeman's class, because the world is crazy right now and nothing makes sense anymore, and we're all just living day to day trying to make the best out of it, just want to tell you guys, you're awesome. And I know that because she tells me that every single day. So you guys rock. I hope you guys are having a good day, making the best out of this school year. And I appreciate the support. I really do. It's kind of crazy, kind of fun, whatever. It is what it is. check that first, I suppose. Oh yeah, we're gonna want some of that. So we're just gonna get some of these cut down to length. There's these two pieces here. There's a piece of cedar, a piece of holly, and a piece that I'm not really sure what it is that I want to cut down to a certain length and try to mill a little bit out of today. I've got a brand new milling chain hanging up over there we're gonna put on in a little bit. This chain that's on here, I just touched it up, but I noticed it's got a couple chipped tooths on it. I really just need to put a new chain on, but I'm just going to limp through this one to get a couple cuts made real quick to length. Throw that new milling chain on, and then we're going to get some of this stuff going. But I wanted to say real quick, the milling mixture I use uses a little bit more oil for the saw to help protect the saw a little bit. So if it gets a little smoky, that's what it is. So this is obviously the hickory from the tree that we cut down. Clint took the big logs off to mill at his place. I want to say these, I want to try to get a couple pieces out of these crotch sections. This is obviously a small piece of cedar we're going to mill. Here we have a section of holly. I actually got this from my parents' place. I cut a holly tree down at their house. Check out this info card whenever I did that. But we're going to try to get a small section of this. And this little itty bitty feller here, it's got a neat little crotch section going on, and I really don't know what this is. So this, see how dark it gets sitting over time? But when fresh cut, it's this. This is the cut I just made. This is sitting for a while. this is the first one we did. There wasn't quite as much color in this one as I had hoped, and I forgot to bring water with me. So we get the rest of these milled. I'll go get a bottle of water, some bottles of water, and we'll put some water on it to see the color come out. It doesn't quite have as much color as I'd hoped, but there is some cool stuff going on. I do think I will save these smaller ones. Definitely some cool stuff going on in this one. Obviously have a lot of planing to do. That comes with the territory of using a small saw and a, you know, freehand job, but that's okay. There's some cool stuff going on there, so I do think I'll save these. But this one is exactly what I was hoping for. This one, oh, I just butchered this one. That one's just got to get burnt, and that's really sad. That's my own fault. Look at these. Those have some beautiful color in them. These next two are probably the best looking ones. We'll definitely save. We're going to do the cedar and the holly next. Checking that. That's fine. This is fine. If I'm gonna put one on there, I might as well just order a new cord for it. But just to get by today, we'll just take this piece out. It should be enough pull to at least get her going. There she is. Oh, getting that through there is gonna be tough. Let me get a lighter. I'll be right back. Hopefully that's enough pull to start the dang thing. That would be the only downfall. Get that tucked down in there. Well, we'll give her a go, bud. So all in all, a little Husqvarna 55, a piece of cedar, piece of holly, and those two pieces of hickory took about 2.5, maybe 3 hours to get that all milled up. Obviously, I have a lot more to mill, and we'll do that in the future, but that is such a small saw, and I'm so afraid of burning that thing up. So that's where we're gonna call it for today. But I'm pretty happy with what we got out. I've never worked with holly, and I've obviously never milled holly. I will say, for whatever reason, it seemed a lot more difficult to mill than what that cedar was. The saw just wanted to bite a lot, and it was kind of, well, it wasn't a very smooth ride. Of course, could be my operation as well. And then those pieces of hickory, and then the cedar. Let me get some water. We'll put a little water on these real quick. I'll tell you what, before we put water on it, I kind of want to see what these are here. Can you guys see what that says? 28, almost 29%. So that's gonna get stacked and dry. That's been there for probably over 3 months, I'd say. Let's see what the cedar is here. You guys can see that. I don't know if it shows up on camera, but 18.6%, so that needs to dry a little bit longer too. Let's check out the holly, or the holly, we already did it. Let's check out the hickory. Hickory is 25%, which I would expect that. We just cut it down a couple days ago. So I guess the cedar is the most dry, which is kind of cool because I actually have a project for that coming up. I want to try to get done soon, so hopefully that dries out okay. Water. So this is the holly. It's got a pretty grain. It kind of blued up in a few places and grayed up in a few places, and I think as far as holly is concerned, people don't like that, but as far as I'm concerned, I kind of like it. I think it gives it a little character. I think that'll be fun to work with. We got the cedar over here. Of course, we all know what cedar looks like. Absolutely gorgeous. We got 2 decent boards out of that. I'm pretty happy about that. I have a very specific project for those 2 boards. Beautiful. Let's check out that hickory. These are my 2 favorite pieces out of that hickory crotch. So all in all, the whole point of this video was small scale milling for the average homestead. This is not a big 395 XP or 3120 Alaskan mill setup where we're milling out huge timber. We're taking small things which most people have on their property and trying to make decent timber out of it. And look at that. I'm pretty happy with that. As long as it doesn't crack too bad while it dries, we'll have some beautiful pieces to work with. All in all, some nice pieces of holly, some nice pieces of cedar. I was pretty happy with the way that 55 handled those smaller logs. We'll definitely be doing more of this in the future. All right, so we just got done milling. When I say we, I mean me and Charlotte there. She's found a stick to chew on. Got the old 755. We're gonna go mow the field. Well, we aren't, but we are. Anyway, that's not what matters. I do want to say I really do appreciate all your guys' support for everything. And again, big shout out to Mrs. Kleeman's class if you're still watching this part of the video. And just big shout out to everybody who's been supporting this channel. It is crazy right now. The world is insane. And honestly, Chelsea and I were talking about this the other day. The amount of positive comments we get and the kind words that people say and the emails that people reach out to or messages on Instagram or Facebook. Guys, it's awesome. We really do appreciate it. And honestly, it's stuff like that that's helping me and helping us kind of get through this craziness, because it is craziness. I don't know how, there's not another word to describe it. There are words, but not on this channel. Anyway, I truly do mean that. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching. Hope all this made sense. As always, we'll catch you on the next one. I don't know where I'm rambling, man. Is that a song? Might be a song. See my shirt? Neil Cove Dig Drive DIY. It's a nice shirt too. It's comfy. This is so hard. Oh. Somebody said the other day you should put more outtakes on videos to see what actually goes into them. So here you go. Words. Talking is the hardest puzzle. You ever meet me in real life, you're going to find out how awkward I really am. Horse sounds. We got to do this. We got to do this thing. You're a good distraction though. We've been out here so long, dogs left. No, there she is. She's right there. Rolling around in something. Come on. Hope it's not dead. I hope it's not dead. Okay, here we go. Waste a lot of millable timber. It's as simple as that. And I see you and you're beautiful. You are, but I'm in the middle of a YouTube thing. I'm in the middle of a YouTube thing.